Welcome to another Renaissance Gaming production. Today I am bringing you the adventure game Conquests of Camelot. This was released in 1990 by Sierra, and it is one of my favorite games of all time. I remember spending countless hours on this as a kid, just playing and exploring and having a ton of fun. In fact, I have the original game, and believe it or not, it came in floppy disks. I feel like I'm hanging on to a relic of the past. I understand that some of you are looking at this and thinking that it looks pretty dated, but trust me on this one guys, give it a try. You're really going to enjoy this playthrough. The thing about these old Sierra adventure games is that due to its simple nature, it kind of forces you to use your imagination to fill in the gaps. And to me, that's the most fun part about a video game, is using your imagination and really making the game personal and your own. So this is going to be a 100% playthrough of the game, meaning that I'm going to go through and try to show as much as I can, and of course I'm going to be getting all the points. So enjoy the intro and then we'll get to some gameplay here in a second. My Lord King, look upon your stronghold Camelot. By strength of spirit, skill of sword, and quickness of mind, you have built a kingdom that could live in legends. Beneath your firm and wise hand, the warring tribes of Celts, Saxons, Jutes, and Angles have been brought under control and foreign marauders driven from the shores. Your queen is the beautiful Guinevere, who loves you and whom you love dearly, yet you know that her deepest and most passionate love is reserved for your greatest knight, Sir Lancelot. And because Lancelot is chivalrous, brave, and a true friend, you do nothing to bring harm to him or your queen. Instead, you suffer in silence. Sharing the round table with you are noble warriors of the realm: Lancelot, Kai, Hector, Gareth, Percival, Gawain, Galahad, and many others. And I am Merlin, advisor, mentor, and as some would have it, wizard, though my true nature remains a secret known only to the ancient gods and me. I must speak to you now of dark truths. The forbidden love of Guinevere and Lancelot has cast a blight upon your soul, and in doing so, has put a curse upon your kingdom. The fruit has withered on the vine, grain dies of disease, while springs and wells turn foul. Your people cry out to you for a miracle. A vision of the Holy Grail covered in a white cloth appeared to you in your time of need. 3 of your greatest knights went forth to seek it: Sir Gawain, Sir Lancelot, and Sir Galahad. Gawain, Lancelot, and Galahad have not returned. The search must now fall to you, and during this search, you will be surely tested in physical, moral, and spiritual strength. If you are found wanting in any of these virtues, the Grail will be denied to you, and your kingdom will turn to ashes and dust. I will watch over you and speak to you, though I will be with you only in spirit, not body. The music in this game is so good, especially in the context of 1990. So I think we're ready to get started finally. Just a floor plan of your stronghold Camelot. Waste no time in preparing for your vital mission, my lord. So it's finally time to begin playing. This is a text-based game, meaning you have to type out your commands. So for example, I'm going to take my purse here. And I'm going to change my clothes. That way I'm well equipped for the adventure. How wise of you. Alright, and I think that's enough in this room for now. So, I'm going to continue making my way across here clockwise. There's nothing of import here, okay. Often, Guinevere may be found here in the Queen's Bower. Can't believe this cheating lady. How could you, Guinevere? So let me speak with her.
I pray to all the powers that you will return safely, that the Grail will be yours, as surely it must be.
I gotta give her an annoying voice because she's a cheater.
And may you find and bring back all the noble knights who have gone before you on this holy mission.
Of course she's speaking of Lancelot, I can't believe her. Let me ask about Lancelot.
Well, we're just good friends. However, it is true that I was the last person to talk to him before he went seeking the Grail. He said he would seek information from the Lady of the Lake. The watery tart.
Look at that, she's jealous. I can't believe this woman. Need to teach her a lesson. Let's go ahead and, never mind. Deeds of mindless violence will make you unworthy of the Grail. It's a joke, guys. Don't take it too seriously. I do not condone violence on my channel. I do not condone violence.
It is the last and most beautiful of my red roses. It would please me if you took it as a token of my love.
So I'm gonna take this flower even though she doesn't love me because she's a cheater.
Wear it next to your heart. In time of need, it will guide you through danger if you recite the message of the rose.
So that may be useful later on. And I guess I have to kiss her goodbye, man. I'm doing it for the points. It's a pretty loving embrace, though. Farewell, Guinevere.
Goodbye, my love. May you fulfill your destiny.
Alright, will do. Will do, lady. I hope her voice acting was cringeworthy. I'm gonna try to voice act some of the characters here for fun, since it is a pretty simple game. So, nothing important here, but this is the treasury, so let me come up here.
My king, if you seek my advice, I say this. Take with you coins of all three value. Copper, silver, and gold. Each has its use. I was the last to see Sir Gawain. He made sure to take copper coins along with silver and gold. He told me he planned to search for the Grail in the ruins of Glastonbury Tower. That is the last that I, or any man, has heard of him.
So let me give him my purse so he can fill it up for me.
Thank you, my lord. I shall fit it according to your wishes.
So let's start with gold.
You now have gold coins, my king. There are silver coins in your purse. I have given you copper coins, my lord. Here it is, my lord, as you command.
So there's a nice little Easter egg here to Monty Python. So if you type in ham and jam and spam a lot. You get this? In memory of Graham Chapman. So this is obviously a reference to Spamalot. So pretty cool. There's a few little Easter eggs in this game. You have granted possession of this small tower room to me, where only the brave dare to tread, and even then, with caution. So this is Merlin's tower. A lot of cool things to look at here. There are a number of symbols in my room. Upon the tapestry is a philthought and a laborum, the symbol of Mithras. Upon the small square rug is another philthought. Upon the large rug is a pentacle and the symbol of Venus, and a few others not worth mentioning. You look at this scroll here. The scroll is from Jerusalem, written in Aramaic. You may read my translation of it scribbled there in the margins. So, hold on, let me move a little closer to this thing. According to the writer of this scroll, a meal is of great value in Jerusalem. The writer says, "So great is the value of a meal that is sure of foot and gentle of nature, that it is above all gold and treasures of the earth." Sounds a bit exaggerated to me, but that is the gist of it. So let me ask about that map there. It is a map of the Sumerlands, as your kingdom is often known. Cornwall to the west and some lands beyond, including the islands of Erie. However, you should study it very closely before you leave and determine where your search for the Grail should take you. So I'm actually going to go read about all of the locations on the map. If you're not interested, since this is pretty lengthy, you can go ahead and skip. That's the beauty of videos, you can skip ahead if you're not interested. Camelot, you are here, my lord, as surely you know. Hallstock, a pious woman, Saint Juthware, would open her house to pilgrims on their way to a nearby shrine. This so enraged her brother that he took up his sword and cut off her head. The story says that Juthware picked up her own head and carried it to the local altar before she finally died. Exeter. Just outside the city is a well and a chapel dedicated to Saint Sidwell. Sidwell was a girl who had inherited some land that her stepmother wanted. The stepmother hired 2 men to kill the girl as she prayed in a field. They cut off her head with scythes. The spring gushes forth from the place where her head fell. Totnes. Long ago, a Trojan warrior named Brutus arrived and named this place Totnes. The story goes that he said, "Here I am and here I rest, and this town shall be called Totnes." He subdued 2 giants, Gog and Magog, and made them stand guard at his palace. Brutus is considered the legendary founder of London. Heartland Point. The original name of this place was Headland of Hercules, from a legend that Hercules did battle there with British giants. Another legend says that Saint Nectan, a Welsh hermit, had his head cut off by robbers, but he carried his head to his well and dropped it in. Foxgloves grew wherever his blood fell. Braunton. Many miracles dealing with animals are connected to Saint Brannock, who reportedly sailed from Wales in a stone coffin. A sow of piglets showed him where to establish his chapel. He used wild deer to pull his plow and taught the natives how to till soil. He brought back to life a cow which had been stolen from him, killed and dismembered, but at his call, it reassembled itself and returned to give him milk for the rest of its life. Shapwick. Saint Andractus, along with his sister Drusa and other pilgrims, were passing through here on their way back to Ireland from Rome. They were carrying bags of seed corn to give to the poor. Saxon outlaws murdered them, thinking their bags were filled with gold. The crime was discovered when a beam of light shone for 3 days and 3 nights upon the burial pit. Confronted with their deed, the Saxons went mad and destroyed one another. Glastonbury Tor. This hill has been revered for countless centuries. To the Celts, it was Yin's Witrin, the Island of Glass, so called because the lands around it were often flooded. It is also said that Joseph of Arimathea, who supervised the burial of Jesus, brought the Grail here, and that where he stuck his staff into the ground, a holy thorn tree grew. Many religious orders have since come and gone and left the ruins behind. To reach the Tor now, one must travel through the Forest Perilous. Keynsham, a 6th century prince of Wales named Braglan, had a daughter named Keen. She came to a town wherein the Lord gave her a piece of land that she might preach Christianity, but the land was heavily infested with large venomous snakes. She at once turned the snakes into stone. She is remembered as Saint Keen, and the town is named after her. Bath. Over 800 years before the birth of Christ, Prince Bladud, son of a king, contracted the dread disease of leprosy. Unable to remain in human company, he turned to tending swine, but they too caught the disease. One day the swine ran wild and plunged into the dark, foul-smelling waters of a bog. When Bladud pulled them out, he discovered that the waters had healed both animals and himself. The healing waters of Bath are famous to this day. Avebury. On this side stands the largest of the stone circles, the remains of an ancient place of worship. It is surrounded by a bank and ditch with a diameter of 1,400 feet. The circle is formed of almost 100 megaliths, some weighing up to 60 tons. Windsor. These fertile hunting grounds have long been protected by Cernunnos, Celtic god of the underworld. He has large stag's antlers upon his head and wears a golden torque about his neck. Otmoor. Though the waters of Otmoor are not deep, they are reputed to have healing powers. This is where the Lady of the Lake currently dwells. Her wisdom and power rivals my own. St. Leonard's Forest. It is said that here the holy hermit St. Leonard did slay a most fearsome dragon. Where the saint's blood fell upon the ground, lilies of the valley sprouted and flourished in his honor. Winchester. I have heard tell that Saint Swithin, the Bishop of Winchester, is a performer of miracles. One story has come to my ears that he saw a poor woman on her way to a market with a basket of eggs. She bumped into a monk and all her eggs were broken. Saint Swithin took pity upon her and made the eggs whole again. Or so they say. Southampton. The legend goes that Sir Bevis, a hero of long ago, killed the evil giant Ascapart here. This is also the port from which one would take ship to sail to all parts of the known world. Mottastone. Upon the Isle of Wight, Druid priests are reputed to have sacrificed white bulls. In this place are two great stones, an upright stone representing their god, and a horizontal stone representing their goddess. Mottastone means the speaker's stone. Wow, that was a lot of reading, but a lot of interesting facts there. So let me ask about some of the more memorable locations. Let me start with Southampton. It is your major port in the south where you must go to take the ship to other lands. Let me ask about Tor. Glastonbury Tor has been sacred hill for centuries. The legend of Joseph of Arimathea claims the Grail is hidden there. Let me ask about Ott. It is the body of water to the north where currently the Lady of the Lake dwells. And finally ask about Lancelot. I do not wish to be indelicate, but the Queen might be the best person to ask. This old man. Let me ask about Gawain. I believe that the treasurer is a good friend of Sir Gawain and would have the latest news, if any. And finally, let me ask about Galahad. He is very popular among your guards, and they would be the first to hear rumor of him. So let me inspect this chest here. Inside my chest is a lodestone, a magical stone that will always show you where true north lies. This one is shaped like a tiny sword, the tip of which will point to the north, as it dangles from a string attached to its center. Take it, Arthur. I prepared it especially for you. I can add nothing to what is written in your Liber es Doctrina. You should have it with you at all times. That is of course the physical manual of the game, which I have. I might show some pictures of that at the end of the video, so you guys can see what a floppy disk looks like. I don't know if you guys are that old. So let me continue going clockwise here. Many of your soldiers barrack here. Also, there are storage rooms, but there is nothing of need here for the mission. So this leads out to the courtyard. There's a bunch of guards here, so let me talk to a few of them. Maybe they know something about Galahad.
His host was sent back to O'Kare by the Harbour Master of Southampton, along with a message from the Harbour Master that Sir Galahad had took ship to the Far East.
Okay, so he went to the Far East. I'm gonna give him some money. Gonna give him 1 copper.
Thank thee most kindly, my lord.
Gonna give all these guys some copper. This is going to give me points, that way I can get max points for the game.
Bless you, my lord.
Praise be your generosity, King Arthur.
Thank thee most kindly, my lord.
Now before I exit, there's something else I must do. I must pray for good fortune. This is the Chapel of the Two Gods. Upon the right is the cross, symbol of the Christ God, who is crucified upon one. Upon the left is the symbol of Mithras, formerly carried upon banners into battle. So I'm going to pray to both of these gods. I'm going to kneel here. And I'm going to give money for good fortune as well. I'm going to give 1 gold coin. The flame is lit and you have been blessed, and now something shimmers in the air. A vision of the Grail appears to you. Christ sends it to remind you that only a man of purity may attain the sacred cup. So I don't know about the whole praying to 2 gods thing, because isn't one of the things of Christianity to have no false gods? Remember, the fate of Camelot rests not only upon you finding the Grail, but your worthiness to possess it. So let me go ahead and pray here as well. Your prayers have been heard and the blessing given. So I'm gonna pray to Mithras as well after giving him a gold. Gonna light both these candles here. The flame is lit and the blessing given. But wait, Mithras sends you vision of the missing knights. And listen, their voices call out to you in distress.
Save me, most valiant king. I am injured unto the death by a black fiend. The green leaves will cover my bones unless you are quick. Arthur, I cannot move, I cannot escape, and I am so cold, so terribly cold. Ah, how could you be so heartless? I am lost in the darkness, hidden from light and life, with only the rats to lust for my flesh and blood. I will die here unless you help me, my king.
So all 3 knights are in grave danger. Your prayers have been heard and the blessings given. So it's time to get out of here. Let me go back here. I guess I can't see her one more time. That's alright. I was gonna go tell her that her lover's in trouble. I'm gonna fill up my purse again, since I used some money.
I have emptied the purse, so we may begin again. What is your command? You now have gold coins, my king. There are silver coins in your purse. I have given you copper coins, my lord. Here it is, my lord, as you command.
Alright, now that I got all the money I need, I think it's finally time to get out of this castle. So I'm definitely going to need a horse for my journey. Now, if you did not get blessings from both the gods, you would die trying to leave this gate. There are so many funny ways to die in this game that at the end of this series I'm going to make a special video on all the different deaths. So that's going to do it for this episode. In the next one, I'm going to begin the great adventure and search for the Holy Grail and the 3 brave knights in Glastonbury Tor. I hope you will join me for that. Be sure to become a Knight of the Round Table by hitting the subscribe button. Leave a like on the video, and stick around for a little bit because I'm going to show you pictures of the actual game. So take a look at this ancient relic from the 90s. This is the game box, the front and the back, and this is a slip-on cover, but once you remove it, the box itself looks like the picture on the left. And look at the Sierra logo and what it looked like in the 90s. How classic of a 90s picture is that? The colors are even a little bit faded. And that mountain there kind of looks like the half dome at Yosemite, but I'm not too sure. Once you open up the box, that's what it looks like on the right, and you can see those crazy floppy disks. And you can see that you either have 4 of the small floppy disks, or 10 of the really ancient big ones, and that's crazy. Imagine installing a game with 4 floppy disks, but that's what I did back in the day. Also in the box comes the manual, which is called the Liber es Doctrina, and from the little Latin that I know, I think that roughly translates to Book of Doctrine, I believe. Somebody can correct me in the comments. And look at all this crazy stuff they have in there. They have a ton of history stuff as it relates to the legends of King Arthur. They have a ton of things that you actually need to use in order to complete the game. And I just really like it so much because look at the left image. They have a bibliography of all the works that they used to come up with the game, and I just really appreciate them going to all the myths and legends and all the ancient books and stuff just to come up with the story for the game. And take a look on the right. It says if you need a hint and you have a modem, you can talk to the Sierra bulletin board through the following number. The settings are 300, 1200, 2400, baud 8, data N, parity 1. I have no idea what that's talking about, but that seems like the very beginning of the internet, some way to connect to other people. If you know what that means, let me know in the comments because I'm kind of interested into the history of the internet here. And then finally, the box also came with this really cool fold-out map of Europe and the Middle East. And I know you can't tell by the picture, but this is actually pretty big. I think it looks like it's about maybe 24 by 16 inches. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed some pictures of this crazy old game, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.